We're at it again. USPS is doing another price hike in October. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, Madcap Toys fans. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend and things are going well for you. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell for all notifications, because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know. And comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. It's been a week. It's been consistent. This weekend a little bit. Still not pleased with the sales. I know you probably are the same. We've been hitting them on all sides, though. We've had a Poshmark sale today, actually. We've had a few Macari sales over the weekend, and of course we've had a few sales here and there on Madcap Toys and Madcap Toys Plus, but just not where we need to be. And again, we're just going to keep rolling with it and see what we can do to kind of mix it up, make it happen. I will say this, though. I can tell the season, the fall season is starting to approach. So I sold a pair of these on Macari. So excited about that. So that, and I think a month ago I started selling some Halloween costumes that you guys probably saw in here as well. So the seasons are upon us. I haven't received any Christmas items sold yet, but we're still very, very early at this time. But yeah, loving the fact we're seeing some Halloween stuff go out. Very excited. Oh, also, too, sold some Halloween makeup in the past as well that you have seen, too. So we've got 13 items on Madcap Toys that we're going to share. But first of all, you came to the video for something, and we're talking about it right now. Can you believe it? I mean, yes. The first thing you guys are going to say is, they do it all the time in October. I know. But it seems like they just did a raise, I think, in July, last month, and earlier this year in January. So now we're going to be told in October that we're going to have more, like a price hike. So we're going to share that right here. And I don't know if I'll be able to put the chart up when I edit the video or not, but I'll try. If I can't, we'll just run with it. So anyway, yes, they say temporary holiday rates, but you know how that goes. It just doesn't seem like the temporary holiday rates seem to ever disappear. But anyway, it's going to start October 5th, and I'll repeat again, it's USPS is the one that is doing the rates at this moment, starting October the 5th. So for priority mail, well, let's go, instead of priority mail, let's do ground advantage. So ground advantage, zones 5 through 9, they're going to increase 35 cents for 0 to 3 pounds. It's going to increase to 75 cents from zones 5 through 9 for 4 to 10 pounds. It's going to increase $1.25 in zones 5 through 9 for 11 to 25 pounds. And then $5.50 increase in zones 5 through 9 for 26 to 75 pounds. And then that's not all. Let me see. I think they also had them for zones 1 through 4 as well. Okay, this is zones 1 through 4. Yes. So on priority mail, commercial priority mail and ground advantage, zones 1 through 4, there will be a 30-cent increase, zones 1 through 4 for 0 to 3 pounds. 45-cent increase for zones 1 through 4, 4 to 10 pounds. 75-cent increase for zones 1 through 4, 11 to 25 pounds. And a $3 increase for zones 1 through 4, 26 to 70 pounds. That's just, I mean, I know it's going to happen every year. I know that they do this temporary holiday rates. It always comes in the fourth quarter. I understand we get that in January again, where we have a price hike, and a lot of times, like this year, we had it in July. But it just, I know it's coming, but like we all sigh, it seems like every time we blink, there's an increase. It just, everybody has its hems and haws. And many of you folks that are brand new to reselling, yeah, this actually happens on a regular basis for us, especially with USPS. And yes, some of the other carriers may have increases too, but it just seems like the post office has them constantly. And that's the one carrier that we all have a lot of trouble with, you know, whether it gets the package arriving correctly to the person or on time, or it takes weeks depending on what it is. It just seems like it's already crazy. One person said the ground advantage rates already seem so much crazier these days. I feel like it's hurting business. I believe that. I am cross-listing up a storm to take advantage of Macari's crazy good FedEx rates for 2 to 3 pound packages and Poshmark. If you have to get to the point that you have to do a little bit of cross-posting, I used to be a firm believer with cross-posting, and yes, it does help in some ways. I've done it where it seemed like it wasn't selling on one site for a long time, so you switch it over to another site and it sells. But you just got to be careful that if you do the cross-posting, that you may or may not want to have the same item on several sites, because it does cause that even if you believe and you have taken it off the other site, it just seems like it's reappearing. Like Daren and I have one starting lineup action figure that sold on the same site, and some way, somehow, it appeared again and sold at least 2 or 3 months later after it already sold, and we only had one. So it's kind of weird. So we're looking into that currently. But yeah, so just be very, very careful. But yeah, the rates in itself, I know it reoccurs. So I know I'm going to hear probably people saying this happens all the time. It's nothing new. But it just seems like fourth quarter, there's always something falling into our lap about an increase. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. Are you like, yeah, no big deal, or man, this is getting nuts? You let me know what you think. All right, 13 items, Madcap Toys, and we, like I said, are pretty well rounded in that, so we're just going to get right into it because I've got it pulled up this time. Thank goodness, right? So we're going to get right to it. Daren had sold some currency, and not the normal currency that you think. And this, of course, the internet's got it a little bit to where the page is, there we go. As soon as I did that, the page came right up. All right. Number one, so currency, but not the type of currency we normally sell. I think Daren found this in a lot. 1 gram platinum bar, certified assayer. It's a Swiss PAMP. Don't know what it stands for, but if you know, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure Daren already knows. This one was found in the desk. And this one sold for $55.43 with free shipping. Caught you there because you thought I was going to say plus shipping to boot. Free shipping on that one. I think there was a deal made, and free shipping was provided because it wasn't very big at all. So it didn't take much to ship that. Next up, we sell parts, of course, especially with G.I. Joe. Vintage 80s to 90s G.I. Joe Hasbro rocket launcher set of 2 parts lot was found in the odds and ends tote. And this pair sold for $6 plus shipping to boot. So got that one right there. And it's funny how a lot of times you sell one kind of thing and all of a sudden you sell the same kind at the same time, but something different. We sold a G.I. Joe action figure. 1985 vintage Hasbro G.I. Joe Cobra Televiper V1, which is, I believe, version 1 action figure found in the G.I. Joe tote. And if you notice, he came with some accessories, which is cool. And this one sold pretty good premium, $29.98 plus ship. Very, very nice. And they asked if I could put this accessories in a separate bag as far as in the same package, but separately. And I did just that for them. So no problems with that order at all. Because I believe it's already delivered. At least that's what it says. All right. And next up, we're selling the cards. We're moving along. Daren and I have been teaming up, listing sports cards of all different sports on the main site. 1994 Fleer Collector Basketball card, Michael Jordan from the Chicago Bulls, number 28. And these are being shipped via eBay standard envelope. So this one sold for $1.79 plus ship. And then next up, we sold a Blu-ray. This was a Monster Calls from 2016 Blu-ray. Also had a DVD version in there as well. Found in our media area, and Daren took a deal. This one sold for $3.95 plus ship. And then from Baseball Card Box 2, Daren sold another baseball card. This one was from 2004 Donruss Collector Baseball Card, Diamond King Paul Konerko, number 112. Also went eBay standard envelope. This one sold $2 plus ship. And already got a positive feedback on this one. Gave this one a good deal. We were wanting to move it. We still have a lot of blueprints yet left, and we are still in major profit here in the profit zone. 1987 vintage Hasbro G.I. Joe blueprints, Cobra C-Ray. Positive feedback was already left. Found in the desk, sold for $6 plus ship. And we just started listing these from our last buy that we did on DVDs and CDs. We actually received a whole slew of several seasons of this show, a British show from BBC. 2002 Roy Clark's Last of the Summer Wine DVD to Cassette. Positive feedback was already left. And really did good on this because it wasn't brand new sealed. It was in very good use condition. It sold for $9.98 plus ship. And we still have from our Target palette a lot of these outlet protectors, surge protectors. So I have plenty in, I think it's baby blue as well as, I would call it regular blue or navy blue there. Vividar 6 outlet safety surge protector, blue. And we have 9 more of these in particular color left. And this one sold for $6.95 plus ship. And more media, 1991 SDK Records, Blur, She's So High, and There's No Other Way. As you can see, there was no original case there, just in a plastic case. And this one sold pretty good, though, still for $6.98 plus ship. And of course, Daren continues to sell coins. We sold a barber quarter here, 1894 silver barber quarter, average circulated. Of course, found in the desk. And this one sold for $13.58 plus ship. Moving right along here. It is very, very warm in here today. I can tell that I am sweating in front of the thing. I think it's like in 90s outside, so I'll be probably getting back into the house ASAP as soon as possible. I may have to film our next video inside till it cools down just a hair. From a coin holder, we got still a lot of these particular ones left to the tune of 10. This is the St. Gaudens Capital Plastics $20 gold coin holder. 10 of these are still available. And this particular one sold for $6 plus ship. And lastly, we sold a shirt from one of our Target palettes. This is from a New Day Women's Extended Shoulder T-shirt, black, size extra small. Still have 3 of these left available in our clothing area. And sold really good for $6.99 plus shipping to boot. So that's basically the 13 that we have available. It's still pending on Madcap Toys, Madcap Toys Plus, Poshmark, and Mercari. So besides this one, I think I got to see if I still have the Carl Pickens starting lineup figure, but I did get to find this. So I'm kind of doing good on the fulfillment. I found 4 CDs and DVDs earlier this morning before it started, the temperature started to go up, and so I've got that already. So fulfillment tomorrow isn't going to be so shaky as it normally is on a Sunday. So I'm very psyched about that and got everything done here. I'm hoping to get, I've been waiting a couple weeks on some paint because I am looking to repaint the toy barn door on the outside because it's looking kind of, you know, weathery after having this barn for at least, I guess we've had it for like 5 years or so. and also the front door of our house. So waiting on it. I'm supposed to get it either tonight or tomorrow, but that's my next job, is to start working on the doors and getting the trim and everything all pretty. So just waiting on that stuff. I really don't have much else to say, guys. I'm going to go back in. I've got chicken cooking because I'm going to shred it, and I'm going to make chicken enchiladas for supper tonight. So that's being prepped. But you guys have been super fantastic, and until next time, bye-bye.